Hey, good morning. It wasn't supposed to be a harvest day today, but I came outside and I looked at my bell peppers, or excuse me, my jalapenos, and I got quite a few that I need to harvest. And I wasn't going to video this, so my husband said, go ahead on and video it. So I already started harvesting some of them. So let me just show you what we do. We just go in. Let me see if I can find one. Go in and you just find a pepper. That's the size that you want. And I just have some little shears. I'm just going to clip it off at the tip. Now you can let your peppers get a little bit larger if you want to. Ooh, I don't want them to get too much larger than what they are. Just because I like them just a little bit smaller. So you can actually freeze them. Slice them up and freeze them. Or I've made jalapeno jelly with them one time, which was really good. I had never heard of it before, and I went someplace and I saw jalapeno jelly and I was like, I get all those jalapenos every year. So what we're gonna do is try and make some jalapeno jelly. And I did, and that year it turned out really, really good. So I think that's what I'll do with these jalapenos. I can honestly say I didn't start these plants from seed or anything. I actually bought starters from my local grocery store, and they have done wonderfully here. So this is the size of one. So they have done wonderful. They've been producing since we've put them in the ground. And I'm actually going to try and overwinter them this year, because I heard you can overwinter pepper plants. And if I can overwinter them, I'll store them in the garage for the winter. Because in Texas, where I am, sometimes we'll have a really bad frost come through, like in February time frame. So I'll keep them in the garage. But it's October 20th, and it is going to be 80 degrees today. So we'll let them sit outside just a little while longer before I take them in the house. But yeah, that's it. Just hang around with me. I'm going to cut all these peppers off. And the more peppers I cut, the plant is going to produce more flowers. And with more flowers comes more peppers, which is a good thing. And what we don't use, we actually give away to one of our neighbors who loves to make, he makes pico de gallo. And he loves to have the fresh jalapenos. And we get so many of them. Even at the old house, we used to get a lot of jalapenos. Because I always plant too many pepper plants. So we'll give them away. Because there's really no need to have all of these pepper plants so far. All of these peppers. But there's still quite a few on here. I'm going to leave the smaller ones just to give them a chance to get larger. But one thing you got to know is when you go in, you have to really be vigilant about looking for the peppers, because they hide all over. So I think that's about it for this pepper. So see, like this one, I know you can't see it, but I got one on there that I'll leave until it gets just a little bit larger, because it's really not large enough to harvest. Ooh, Lord Jesus, these bugs. That's the one thing. If you're gonna be a gardener, you can't be afraid of no bugs. I can run from snakes, but I ain't gonna run away from no bugs. Me and the bug just gonna have to battle. That's all. We just gonna have a straight battle. I'll swat them off. They come back. I'll swat them off again. But in the end, I'm gonna get my peppers. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna cut away. I'm gonna take my camera. Ugh. And let me see. I don't mean to blind you, but I'm trying to use a new device. Okay, it wants me to turn. Let me see if I can get this to change. Okay, it won't change directions. I need to get my other phone out and use my other phone. So I'm gonna cut away for a second. But if you can see, I'm using my other camera. We have a whole bunch of little peppers down at the bottom of this plant. Now this plant didn't grow very tall. I think it was kind of really made to be a container plant, and I actually just put it in the ground. So I'm gonna pull these off and get some more, because again, like I said, you have to look at the bottom because all of these are hiding. Because this is probably more of a container plant versus a actual garden plant. And I asked my husband earlier, I said, where's my little green basket so I can harvest? And he was like, what green basket? And I was like, you know, the green basket. And he was like, oh, I'll go find it. And he finds me the green basket. But meanwhile, I'm still just using this little Ziploc bag. I'll put them in the green basket later on. But when he brought me out the green basket, it had some sweet potatoes that I had saved that I was just gonna put it in some water and just get my sweet potato starts off of it. But, you know, we moved this year and things got packed up or whatever. So the container, my little fruit harvest basket, my vegetable harvest basket actually got packed up with sweet potatoes and has been in the box for a while. I think I got all of them off of here. Got one more down there. I'll go ahead on and take off. And then I'll let this come back. But yeah. So I got sweet potatoes that are too late in the season to plant. But what I will probably do is just put it in the ground anyway, because if nothing else, I can have some pretty plant just growing. And you never know, it may produce a fruit later. And if it doesn't, guess what? I'm okay. Because part of gardening is just to enjoy the process. And a lot of people always look at gardening as really just to make sure that you get, I'm trying to get my camera to work right. It's not working with me. Part of gardening is really just for enjoyment for me. Just to have peace and come out and see that you can actually grow something that you can provide for your family. Oh, my husband's pulling up right now. So what I'm going to do is go ahead on and end this before he comes in here and goes, what are you doing? But anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.